Independence Day, the 4th of July. Happy birthday, the United States of America. Let's talk about it. Happy birthday, America. 4th of July happens once every year. It's a great, great day. We don't give it enough credit. Before we get started and everything, though, let's talk about subscribing. Please subscribe to the video, click the ringy dingy, and click like if you do, and I hope you do. Today, I'm not sharing a 1911 with you. I'm sharing something a whole lot more important. It is the birth of our great country, the United States. I'm going to give you a little bit of history about it, a little bit of stuff going on right now, and then let you guys think about what we want to do in the future. And yes, it is our decision. 250 years ago this week, George Washington was given command of the Continental Army, the United States Army, 250 years ago on July 6th, I think, somewhere in there. 250 years. 250 years ago this week, the Continental Congress sent to King George one final letter that said it's so-and-so, something about either you let us do what we want, we're drawing the line and we will have war. Here's your last chance. We're gonna have independence. That's 250 years ago. Great, great day. People were tired of being taxed to death without representation. There were those that were tired of it, and there were those that were okay with it. Those that were okay with it remained loyal to the king. So even though we had the Revolutionary War, we had these guys fighting for independence, we had a lot of people that were okay with being taxed without representation. Does all that sound familiar? Sounds something like the big beautiful bill that was just recently passed? It does. Some people are okay with paying taxes. Some people don't care. Some people don't want it. Some people feel we're not being represented. Nothing's changed. We can change that. A little bit more about some of this taxes we get into now. You know, up until the Civil War, the United States had no income taxes. The only taxes, the money the government had coming in was by the way of tariffs. Those also sound familiar. However, Civil War come around, Abraham Lincoln decided we need the people to help pay for this war. So they began to tax the American citizens. But wait just a minute. Taxation was declared to be unconstitutional. So we had no income tax. Again, tariffs paid for the government to operate. We didn't actually have an income tax till after the year 1900. And how did we get the income tax? Well, they decided we needed money, so Congress changed the law so that we could get income taxes. So Congress, even back in the 1800s, were what they were out for themselves, so much as it is today. Now we elect officials to go be our representatives. They call us constituents. I'm here today to say that's kind of bullshit. Most of Americans today don't even vote. Why? They feel that their vote don't count. It doesn't matter. They can vote, their votes are not counted. Is that true? Well, if you don't vote, your vote's damn sure not counted. So I encourage everyone to vote. Congressman, whether you be Democrat, Independent, Republican, there's no term limits. The only time term limits comes up is when one of the parties is in the minority. That party now decides there wants to be term limits. Once that party becomes the majority, then the minority team decides they want term limits. And the bottom line is, there's no term limits. Is that true? No. There can be term limits, but the term limit is up to us, we the people, just as it was back 250 years ago. We the people have to decide that there's term limits. And what I mean by that is we don't have to have Congress pass a law to have term limits. We can go to the polls and vote and have term limits. I'll almost challenge everybody out there to do two things. Number one, start to vote. Number two, don't vote for the incumbent. Always vote for the challenger. And guess what we've got? We got a term limit. You may have one. but we got term limit, whether it's imposed by the people or by Congress themselves. How does a congressman come into office and leave a multi-millionaire? They're bribed. Call it what it is. Some people call them lobbyists, but what they are, they're just bribing our congressman in a basic form, and they're accepting the money and becoming multi-millionaires. We can come up with fancy terms with it, but a congressman doesn't make $200 million a year. How do they retire with all these millions? Lobbyists. Lobbyists pay them off. Lobbyists buy them homes. Lobbyists buy them boats. Lobbyists buy them purses, buy them shoes, or in Nancy's case, ice cream's full of freezer. Who give a shit? It's the same thing. They're paid off. We, the people, do not elect them to be paid off, and we don't decide who's going to be millionaires. We elect them to represent us, their constituents, our people. It's up to us, people, just like it was 250 years ago when part of the nation decided we're being taxed with no representation, which today, often we feel like we're being taxed with no representation. You're taxing the shit out of me and you're not doing anything I would like you to do. Why don't I fire your ass? Donald Trump would say you're fired. It's no different today. People are getting in office, they're doing what they want to do, whether or not you voted for them or not, because most of us don't vote. It's sad. How many men and women throughout this 250 year nearly has given the ultimate sacrifice so you could have the right to vote? Thousands and thousands and thousands, yet you don't exercise that. How many men and women have given their lives so that you can have the right to free speech? So you can stand out here and have LBGTXYZ alphabet month, and I have to hear that shit. But I should also be able to tell you to shut the hell up. I don't want to hear the alphabet. It's my right to speak just as it's your right. So not one person has more power than the other. The congressmen work for us. It's time they're told they work for us. How do we do that? We vote. We send emails. We be heard. Just like the LBGT community is being heard by Pride Month, why don't we all be heard by saying we're tired of these things? You know, with the big beautiful bill, you have 100% of the Democrats voting against it. Why? Just because they can. There was probably many of them that actually believe what's in the bill. It's just they're Democrats, so they refuse to be supportive of what the other team does. Now, that's not right. We need bipartisan politics. If we can't have bipartisan politics, then get the hell out of the house. Let the door hit you in the ass and get out. And we, the people, need to ensure that we have bipartisan politics and that we have term limits. If I get sick and tired of hearing you vote against everything that I believe, not what a party believes, but me as an individual, what I believe is best for myself, my family, my country, my neighbors, whatever, that's what I should vote for, not what somebody. I should not vote for a Democrat because my grandparents were a Democrat. I shouldn't vote for a Republican because my father was a Republican. I should vote for what I personally believe in. And I personally believe in, I have the ability to have free speech. That means I can say, you know what? I do not like LBGT. I do want to hear this shit, and I shouldn't be penalized for saying it. I'm not going to penalize you for having a gay parade. Don't penalize me because I suspect, support, and want to keep my Second Amendment rights. That's what we're about. Just as it was 250 years ago, the people told King George, enough is enough. Now, not all the people, but enough people said, enough is enough. I'm tired of being taxed. I'm not going to be taxed anymore. Now, no taxes at all till Civil War. Lincoln, Republican, said we need taxes. Oh, we got taxed, but wait a minute, it's not constitutional. It was against the constitutional rights of the American citizens to pay taxes or be forced to pay taxes. What happens then? Congress, they pass a law so now that we do have to pay taxes. Who passed that law? Congress, the people that were voted into office by the people. And I can almost bet you not one person voted to have taxes. They voted for the congressman. The congressman made the decision within that little group. Were they all voted out of office the next time? I don't know. Maybe we should look it up in history. I hope the hell they were. We had no income tax until we needed taxes for World War II, World War I. So Congress gets in, now what are we getting? We're all taxed to death on shit that we get absolutely no benefit from. Now, there are people that do benefit from our taxes: Afghanistan, Iraq, Somalia, a lot of countries that we're giving them rice and beans and frickin' Sesame Street, and the LBGD community gets frickin', coffee with Princess Sam or whatever. All of that's fine, but our Second Amendment rights are being stomped on. We had the bill in there so we could have the hearing protection. Some of you know I get the opportunity sometimes to go hunting. I show up at hunting camp and everybody says, "Where's your suppressor?" The United States is the only country in the world without a suppressor. So in the big beautiful bill, what gets pulled out? The simple things that everybody agree on, like hearing protection. Everybody agrees on it, but who? It's not part of the overall plan, the pork bellies, the things they add to the bills. Again, people, it's the 4th of July. I am proud to be an American citizen. There's some people I wish wouldn't. They're embarrassed me. I served the country. Many men and women are serving right now. A lot of them, they're working, they're pulling guard duties, they're in a motor pool, that have been deployed. They're in bad, shitty situations while we sit here having barbecues and beer. We do not need to forget what today is about, the birth of our nation. We decided 250 years ago, enough of the taxes without representation. And I'm encouraging you today, from this day forward, remember these things when you go to vote. Okay, we're required to pay taxes. Demand your representation. Everybody be safe. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Spend it with your family and friends until we get together again. Shoot safe and shoot straight.